Well, fantastic news from Newcastle United this morning as it's been confirmed that Fabian Schar has signed a new contract with Newcastle United. It's a 2-year deal and just proves that he wants to be part of this new rebuild at Newcastle United. Eddie Howe has also been speaking to the media ahead of the game, so let's see what the manager had to say and we'll talk more about Fabian Schar. This is the Toon Review. Hi everybody, welcome back to another video, and we will start with the fantastic news that has broke this morning that Fabian Schar has decided to sign a new 2-year contract with Newcastle United. I think it's wonderful news for the club and the fans because, let's face it, under the previous manager he was down and out. He wasn't getting played, he wasn't involved at all, and suddenly now, under Eddie Howe and his leadership, he's come into his own, formed a fantastic partnership with Big Dan Burn, and the defensive statistics have improved dramatically, which is amazing, really, because everybody said Eddie Howe wasn't a defensive coach and we'd struggle. However, apart from the battering we took at Spurs, where we conceded 5 goals, we've been very resolute defensively, and that's part of Shar's massive improvement alongside Dan Burn. His confidence is back. He's very enthusiastic. He's working magnificently for the team. I mean, the guy goes through wars every time he plays. He gets battered about, but he gets up, he gets on with it, and his reading of the game has improved. Yeah, sometimes his passing goes awry and he makes the odd ricket, but who doesn't? That's just football in general. You're bound to make mistakes somewhere on the line. But the Swiss international has improved so much and is really one of the first names on the team sheet again. So it's absolutely fantastic news for Newcastle and the fans that he is wanting to be part of this huge new rebuild at the club. So well done to Fabian Schar and well done to Newcastle United for getting him to sign that 2-year deal. It is fantastic news for us all. Now, Eddie Howe has been talking to the press, as usual, ahead of the Liverpool game tomorrow, which is, of course, a 12:30 kickoff, and it's on BT Live. But you can hear Billy tomorrow commentating on the game live on this channel. So knock the commentary off and listen to Billy for unbiased commentary. We don't want to hear about other clubs and how great other clubs are. Let's concentrate on Newcastle United. So Billy will be doing a watch along from 12 p.m. tomorrow on this very channel. Now, the first thing what Eddie Howe had to say was, we have no fresh injuries. Kieran Trippier and Callum Wilson are getting closer, but I don't think they will be ready for this week. Now, take that with a pinch of salt, because as we know, Eddie does not give anything away in his press conferences about team starts or who might be fit, who might not be. We know that Trippier and Wilson have been out a long time. There is whispers that Trippier might be involved tomorrow, but we'll just have to wait and see on that, because we know what it's like. When the team sheet comes out an hour before the start of the game, there's 1 or 2 surprises in there every time Eddie Howe picks his team. So it won't surprise me at all tomorrow to see Trippier possibly involved, but we'll just, as I say, have to wait and see on that. Wilson hasn't had any training yet, as Eddie Howe will explain later on his press conference. So, he's a bit short of fitness and stuff like that. So, but it would be great to see them back, whether they play a couple of games towards the end of the season and then they rebuild in pre-season, get themselves 100% fit. But on Fabian Schar's new deal, he says, I really like him as a player and he's performed very well. Everyone knows how he's technically a very good footballer, but he's proved he can defend very effectively within the team structure, and I'm delighted with him. He went on to say he's been the ultimate professional off the pitch as well. He's been a big part of the leadership within the team as well, so I think that he's a role model for the younger players to look at in terms of how to conduct yourself, so I'm delighted for him. Fantastic news, really, and you can see there the enthusiasm that Eddie Howe has for him. Obviously, I said earlier on that he's one of the first names on the team sheet now. Him and Dan Burn are keeping the captain Lascelles on the sidelines. Now, many people have their opinions on Lascelles, but the bottom line is he's captain, and the club captain has been made to sit on the bench by the fantastic form that Burn and Schar have provided us over the last several weeks. So for me, that just shows how confident Eddie is in Fabian and that he can go on and do better things with this rebuild. Now, obviously, there's rumours about us signing another centre-back in the summer window. Fair enough. but at least we'll have options. You know, we're building a squad here, and a squad that can compete. So if a player does get injured or is out of form, we can bring somebody in that's just as good to cover that position. And I think that's what Eddie Howe wants to do long term. So he's obviously delighted. We're all delighted with that news this morning. Now, on Liverpool, he says, we know that nothing but our best tomorrow will be good enough. We have to be perfect defensively, but we still have to give them a threat the other way. I think we have the players to do that, but we need them at their very best levels. Now, what Eddie's saying there is we're not going to sit back and just take it from Liverpool. You know, we went down there earlier this season. I thought we played very well. Liverpool didn't really hit it off that game, but we know that it was the Mike Dean show, and that kind of ruined it for everybody. With Liverpool tomorrow, they're on a high. They've beaten Villarreal in the Champions League, and now they come into this game challenging for the league title. It is going to be very, very close. And we have to just, you know, many people have said if we lose tomorrow, then we go down fighting. And I think that's what we want to see. We want to see us give Liverpool a go. Give them a game. If we lose, fair enough, but we've given them a game and Liverpool know they've been in a match. That's what we need to concentrate on. So I can still see what Eddie Howe's talking about there. He wants to go forward. He doesn't want to sit back. He's not that kind of manager. He wants to go into every game trying to get something from it. And you can bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow we will be giving it absolutely everything. So it's good to hear Eddie Howe talking like that. He's not bigging Liverpool up too much. He obviously says they're going to be a threat, but he's not bigging them up like certain other managers used to. He is confident in his players and wants to provide a threat going the other way as well. So that for me is really refreshing to hear. Now, on the final 4 games, he said, we had a good result last week and a good performance, but we've trained well off the back of that. We know that with the games we have coming up, there can be no dropping of our standards because this league can be ruthless at times. And of course, ruthless, he'll probably be talking about the drubbing that we got at Spurs when we just lost our concentration, lost our way a little bit, and Tottenham capitalised on that. But this time, you know, we're in a good vein of form, but, you know, these games coming up, you've got Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal. These are tough games coming up in the next 3. So you can tell what he's on about. Standards cannot drop. Concentration levels certainly cannot drop for these games. And the manager certainly doesn't want that to happen by what he's saying there. And it's very, very important that the concentration levels stay at 100% and we don't drop those levels at all. Eddie Howe wants to have those levels as high as he possibly can, 100% at all times, and this is what he's talking about here. We need good performances, we need the standards to stay at 100%, and we need the concentration at 100%, because these teams, if you drop slightly, they will kill you. And I think that's certainly Eddie will drill that into the players going forward for the last few games. Now, on the women's game on Sunday, which of course is a 2 p.m. kickoff, and you can get in for £3 for adults, and it's free for children. They want to break the records of attendance and everything like that, so that's going to be a tremendous day for the ladies team as well. Fantastic to promote them. We know what Amanda's plans are for the ladies team. She wants them in the Super League. She wants them under the Newcastle United banner, not the foundation anymore, to be part of the club, which is wonderful news. So Eddie went on to say it's a brilliant moment for them. I'd like to wish Becky and her team luck. I'm going to try to get the game myself, as I think it's important we all support every team Newcastle produce. It's a historic moment, and I wish them luck. Wonderful that Eddie Howe's going to try and get to the game. He says try and get the game. He probably will be there, to be honest. He's very focused on Newcastle United as Eddie Howe. But it's going to be a wonderful occasion on Sunday. Of course, the ladies team have never played at St James's Park. Hopefully there's going to be a really big crowd there to urge them on. They're playing very well this season, and it'll put the ladies in the limelight so that more people will go back and watch them in the future, because that's what Amanda wants. She wants the whole banner of Newcastle United to be performing and be in the very top leagues that they can be. So everyone will be there on Sunday, hopefully, and to cheer them on. It's going to be a fantastic occasion. And it's really nice of Eddie to talk about that in his press conference. Now, on to Ryan Fraser. He says, Ryan has been out on the grass, but he's not trained. We're taking it careful with him, as hamstring injuries are notoriously difficult. Will he play again this season? I'm not sure at this moment in time, but it's not a serious injury. So again, he's well aware of the problems that Ryan Fraser has had in the past with his injuries, and they're not going to rush him back. Now, will he play again? As he says there, he doesn't know. Maybe, maybe not. But I'd like to see Ryan Fraser back, certainly for the last couple of games, hopefully, because I think he's had a very good season for us, and he's done well. his work rate has been phenomenal down that right-hand side. He's done really, really well, linking up well with Trippier when he's played, and of course the other full-backs when they've needed to come in. So for me, I'd love to see him back, but obviously Eddie's not going to rush him. Now on Kieran Trippier, he says we definitely won't rush, or on Trippier and Wilson, sorry, we definitely won't rush them back. We won't put them at risk, but if they're fit, we'll use them like any other player. I think that's important. They've had targets and goals to hit, and when you're injured, it's important you have those things. Kieran we've seen on the grass, and he's trained with us for one session. Callum isn't quite there yet, but he's edging closer and is doing a lot of work with the sports science team. So for me, I don't think Callum Wilson is anywhere near fit yet. I think he's saying they're close, certainly in Kieran Trippier's instance, but not Callum Wilson, if he's still working with the sports science team. Now, Kieran Trippier, as he said there, has had one session of training with the team. Now, with his experience, etc., that's not going to matter, is it? One session with the team. He knows what he needs to do. He's a leader on and off the pitch. So don't be surprised if we see Kieran Trippier's name on that team sheet somewhere tomorrow. I think he'd be itching to get back, but again, they're not going to rush them back. But Kieran Trippier, he's not a silly man. He's a very experienced footballer, international. He'll know if he's fit, and certainly the physios, etc., and the backroom staff will know if he's fit. So possibly included tomorrow, but again, we'll see. They don't want to rush them back, obviously. But that's what he had to say in the press conference. Again, very, very positive for me, as he always is. He's really brilliant to listen to, is Eddie Howe in his press conferences. He doesn't big up the other team too much. He respects them, definitely. But he's all about Newcastle United and all about us challenging the other team and getting something from the game. He's not going to sit back and just let teams dominate us. Obviously, he realises how good Liverpool are. There's no doubt about that. But at the same time, he's not going to let them run all over us if he can help it. He's going to, they've been in training, working hard, and let's see what comes of tomorrow, because it's going to be a fantastic game either way. Liverpool really trying to win the league, as our Man City, who we go to next week. So we're going to have a big say, and it depends how switched on the lads are. Can they keep the standards as high as they've been, and can they keep the concentration for the full 90 minutes? That is the big thing for me. But that's what he had to say. Let me know in the comments what you think about Fabian Schar's new deal, and what Eddie Howe had to say. Do join us tomorrow, tonight. If you're watching this on Friday, we do have very special guest Henry Winter with us. That should be a fantastic show. Tomorrow at 12 noon on Saturday, we have the watch along with Billy, so please do give him your support, because he'll be doing the home games from now on the channel. So give him as much support as you can. And of course, we'll be back on Sunday night with the match review of the game against Liverpool, and we'll be talking about the ladies' game as well. So join us for that at 8 o'clock on Sunday evening. That should be a great show, because we are talking about the ladies, which we haven't really done on this channel for a long time. So it'd be nice to talk about their game and the atmosphere in the ground. But whatever you're doing, guys, over the weekend, have a fantastic time. Take care, and we'll see you for the watch along tomorrow at 12 o'clock. And don't forget, tonight at 8 p.m, me and Alex with Henry Winter. Take care, guys. Be kind. Stay safe. See you soon.